All right, it's Tuesday night, which means it's another um, Tuesday night Swiss at the Boylston Chess Club. This will actually be the last one I'll be playing, I think, for a while. Because in August school will start back up, and then Tuesday night activities and responsibilities will take place. Will not be able to continue playing these games, which is unfortunate. But I'll still probably be doing weekend tournaments to keep playing. Just to keep the spirit alive. But yeah, so this is probably the last Tuesday night game for quite some time. I'm playing Dmitry Olekhnovich. Dimitri's friend actually. They work at MGH together. So now I played with the pair. So yeah, this is an exciting game. We have Caro, Charker Tower, and apparently the line here is actually as rookie 8 here, and then like h6, and then you rotate the knight to f8. I didn't know that. I don't really know the line past like you put the bishop here and you castle and whatever. I know rookie's supposed to happen. I guess I should have played it here just because it's tempo, and then I can deal with h6. But I play h6 immediately. Which there's a name for it, the Pearly line. Fun. Yeah, 92.27, h3, b6. Yeah, here I realized that I didn't want my bishop coming out this way, but I didn't really see a way for it to do anything. On this square. The square is covered, this square is covered. So I thought I could rotate the bishop this way and put some pressure on this diagonal, and maybe trade off this bishop with the rook here and here. Also, there's a lot of pressure. So I thought if you could trade off this bishop, obviously there is c4, which prevents an immediate trade. But I thought there was some merit into getting the bishop on one of these two squares. He castles, and I break with c5, opening this diagonal. Defends the break with bishop e3. Obviously, the knight can also take, which is a recurring issue. If the knight can get to b5, these pieces are forked. Knight d7, preparing for the defense of the pawn. Rook a d1. These pieces are both pretty loose. And if this opens up, the rook is quite powerful here. I know I wanted to get my rooks in the center as well, but I needed to get the bishop out first. Bishop b7. Immediately targeting kingside. With some very powerful bishops. I was hoping I could be able to rotate pieces around here, but it's quite difficult with this pawn here. And you can't move forward either. This is the attack, and I can't play d6 with this pawn would hang. So it's quite difficult to move on the king side. So I was trying to get all my pieces on the king side, all my long range pieces on the king side, and kind of hit the king from very far away. Was my idea. He went c4 after this, and threatening to close the position with d5. So I knew I had to take. I didn't really see a way around it. If I don't take, if I just go like rook e8, this bishop is miserable, and these pieces don't really have a way through. And then he can just take some time and break on the queen side. And I didn't know what I'd be able to do, so I thought I had to take. And then after here, there are some pins that are playable. But obviously when this happens, the queen hangs. So it was difficult to make this work. But I went knight c5 with my idea being this diagonal is quite weak, and the only way to stop an attack on the long diagonal is via this square. And so if I control the square with the knight and the rook, and then when the queen can get here, if I kick the knight out or whatever, this is a very powerful attacking mechanism. And if he's forced to go something like f3 to stop it, the dark squares are really weak as well, and so this bishop here can then infiltrate. And this bishop is loose with the rook here as well. So I thought that this is my plan. Was I was going to fight on the white squares at long range, and control this core e4 square with knight d5. Knight d5 also gets out of the line of the rook. Bishop f5, and his plan is to get the bishop here, where I can no longer execute my plan because I can't take this with the queen, because that would be quite stupid. And there's no kicking again because of this maneuver. So I have to defend my pieces that are kind of loose, avoid any tactics, Rook a8. The bishop g4, preparing this maneuver, and I, in my infinite wisdom, go bishop e4, hitting the queen. And my thought process was the queen cannot go here or here because the knight covers them. And these, so all these squares are out for the queen, which means that the queen needs to go to like one of these. And if it goes to any of these, there are pins. Like if it goes to here, there's a pin. And if it goes to here, there's a pin. And if it goes to here, I can go here. And then the same thing happens. There's pins. This in here, this in here, and this in here. Where actually here, there is a way to win the queen. Actually, yeah, win the queen for 2 pieces. Brilliant. So it's quite hard to move the queen anywhere. I didn't see this though. I didn't see that you can still queen e2. But I thought, oh, there's more pins. But in this case, this doesn't really work. Because if I go like here now, you can take, and this pin doesn't do anything. Obviously I can put pressure on it. Something like bishop e5. But it's always safe. He goes like here. If I take, and go here. I mean, I have time, I guess. I guess this is still a threat. But it's hard to stick around. Maybe actually like here. But you also you can't put the rook here is the issue. But I don't know. Maybe the material got stuck in it, and it's good for me. But I'm down 2 pieces for the rook here. But yeah, Theo was there, and then I'm like, shoot, okay, well I should probably defend the bishop. Because now b4, and you can like if I don't defend the bishop, if I just go like here, then b4 comes, and you can take this. I mean, my bishop is hanging, and my king is wide open. This is just like losing. So yeah, rook f8. But this allows this fork now. With open like double attack, and so I knew in my head that I should probably go like here, the bishop h2 check, because the king can't take, and then when the king is here, you can't cut it off with g3 because the other pin. So now I can move out of the way. But when I move out of the way, there's takes and takes, and I lose the bishop, and there's no fork or anything. There's nothing. Like I just lose the piece. But then I was like, oh, what? Or like if I take the queen instead, he takes this, and then I have this, I guess. And if you go like here, takes here, we're in the same position where you're down 2 pieces for the rook. This is at least a little better than losing a whole piece. So I knew I should probably bishop a2 check, but I didn't do that, and I went king b8 immediately, which walks into this fork or this pin, which is quite annoying because there's not even like an escape route or anything. In my head, I calculated that if I could take the rook, give up the queen for 2 rooks and a bishop, but I lose the rook, so it's not I'm not winning anything. I'm losing here. It's so much easier to play with the queen when you can. But yeah, I just missed it. So I went bishop d3, thinking, okay, well the queen is hit, queen is forked, is skewered. This is defended enough times. If you take, I take the. I feel like if you take, I take the queen. And it's just like a wild position. He has the bishop pair. I have a queen. I have a knight. He has an extra rook. It's wild, but I'm better. I'm certainly better here. This is not an issue, but I can just take. This might be an issue. Um, here, and then I'm done with the rook pair. So maybe actually you have to get out of the. Oh, and but the rook is hanging is the issue. So you have to do something. Maybe you just go down the exchange here. But this is wild. Um, but then I also realize here that after this, he can go here, queen d2, and yep, my rook is still pinned. Now the queen's out of danger, and if I take, you just take, and the bishop is hanging, and the queen's hanging, and it was a piece again. So I was like, oh shoot, well I can go here, and you just go here, and then, everything is hanging now. If I take, nothing. You just lose a piece. And so and so maybe it's a way to like keep kicking the queen around. But I think once he gets here, he's out of danger. Well, then I can take, and we're down to piece again. So yeah, but he didn't find queen d2. He took he didn't find queen d2 here. He took the rook, and so this position. Yeah, I think you have to take this rook, but then you need to keep the eye on this bishop here. And you take this pawn, I take, and if you take here, you get. I think you just lose. Although maybe here the chances because of all the pawns. But yeah, I have knight a4. Knight a4, the bishop is trapped, and you can kick the knight and then like take. But this pawn structure is shattered here. And if you come defend with the rook, I take all the pawns. And so he went there and then sacked the bishop for the pawn, and now we're in this position again where he has the 3 pawns. Um, and the knight's really bad at stopping pawns to move forward. So I was kind of worried about this. But then I found when he pushes, I could have sacked the knight right back. I don't care about the knight. It's gone. And I win the pawn. I thought after b4 here, he had chances as well. My knight can't come back because there's this check or here. So he has to here or here. If he goes here, maybe there's like a chance I can hold this. Like not like the pawn can't move forward. The pawn can't move forward anymore, and we get here. And I win one of the pawns. But I mean, and then even if I have to, I have the knight. um, but I mean, he took. But if I manage to keep the knight, I don't know if it's winnable. Like if I don't sack the rook here, if I don't sack the knight here, if I go like here instead, I didn't really see a way to stop this. This knight is so bad at it. So I just sacked the knight. He went for a little maneuver here, but gives up the pass pawn. I give up that pawn, and then I just offer a draw, and he accepts. I don't think there's any play here anymore. I can push if I want. Needs monitors, and I can't take here. Maybe I can go here. But then just like f4 takes here, here, like takes here, and everything's gone. like, um, so yeah, so we just drew. But I was under massive pressure here. Missing Queen D2, I think was his big break here. Queen D2 here. I thought it was his big break. I thought he had to go Queen D2 to win the game, but he missed it. And so even though I just like wondered what he like that, and he was able to hold the draw, which I'm very pleased with because I thought I was just doing quite poorly. After I don't know, I think I made it just like remembered how to play this opening, or I don't know the line enough. I think Bishop E4 also was I missed Queen E2. Queen into a lot of trouble, which I could have used that time to like defend this infiltration, but I didn't have time because I put my bishop here where it had to be defended. It couldn't be defended. Maybe I can here and give up this way. This felt unpleasant too, but probably safer. But yeah, I'm happy I was able to hold a draw here after blundering like that. I don't know why, but like after I played in the Bradley Open this weekend in Connecticut, and it took a lot out of me. It was long, 5 games, and so I don't know if I've been playing worse because I'm exhausted from it, but I thought I should be playing better because I'm like in form. I don't know. It's just weird. It's weird. I will make a recap on the Bradley Open, not like an analysis like this, because I've already done analysis and computer analysis on the Bradley Open games. So the video will just probably just make a recap of like the 5 games, my thoughts, etc. Not like a full analysis. I don't think I need to do that again. But maybe I'll show some cool ideas I had and my opponents had. But it's a fun tournament overall. As a good introduction to like high stakes tournaments like those. But yeah, I don't know. I've been playing weird after that, online and over the board. So I'm glad I was able to hold the draw here. I ended up with 2.5 out of 4 this month. Tough loss against Matt, but some big wins and a draw. So yeah, 2.5 out of 4 is not much to complain about. But yeah, so that's the end of the Tuesday Night Swiss, I guess, which is kind of a shame. But I'll make more videos when it comes to weekend tournaments. But I think it's the end for Tuesday nights, unfortunately. But yeah, until then, see you next time.